Okay, so today we're talking about interrupting, and I want you to look at this video and I want you to answer the question, why is the child interrupting? Any ideas, any predictions about why a child might interrupt their parent?
Yes.
So listen and see, why does the child interrupt?
Was talking about, oh, I'm really sorry, that's my son arriving. Sorry, really embarrassed, sorry.
So why did the child interrupt?
You want some biscuits?
You want some cookies, yes. So I want you to think about different situations. When do you think it's okay to interrupt? And what would you do? So for example, if you got a phone call during a date, do you think it's okay to answer the phone call? What would you do? What if your teacher is speaking and you have something to say? What in your country, in your culture, what do children do? When the teacher is speaking, the children want to speak, what do they do?
Raise your hand.
Raise your hand.
What if you get a phone call in class? Does your teacher, what happens in your country?
It's not allowed.
It's not allowed.
Not allowed, yes.
Yeah.
Different teachers do different things. Sometimes they say you must turn in your phone. Sometimes they make the student answer in front of everyone.
Not appropriate when the teacher.
Say that again, please.
When the teacher talk, it's not appropriate to call.
I
Use
agree.
phone.
I think it's different in different schools, however. But I agree, I don't think it's appropriate to take a phone call during class. Yeah. What about if your boss is giving a presentation and they have toilet paper on their shoe? So that's embarrassing. What would you do in that situation?
I would interrupt her. I would interrupt her.
You wouldn't?
Because the man and the woman are talking in sync. In sync, probably the woman is an interpreter. I think, and maybe she's a sync interpreter.
Oh, I see what you're in this picture here, the purple picture. I'll let you talk together. It's easier to talk together than to the whole class because we have a bigger class now. I want you to answer with your partner. What would you do if you need to interrupt? If your boss is giving a presentation and you can't see because of the sun. So that's to your boss. Do you think that's more formal or more casual than a friend?
It's formal.
Formal. It's
yeah.
more formal, yeah.
And then imagine if your friend is telling a story and you don't understand what they're saying and you need to interrupt. Do you raise your hand?
No.
What would you do?
No.
Yeah, you don't raise your hand with your friend.
Say sorry.
No.
Yes.
Okay, so what question are you answering in your breakout group?
Okay.
This still?
What would you do and what would you
Say.
say? Yes. Do you tell that to me or do you tell that to your partner?
Partner.
Yes. All right, let's see if I can do this. All right. Would you raise your hand?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You can see, sorry to interrupt you.
Very good. Sorry to interrupt you. Very good. What if your friend is telling you a story and they say something you don't understand?
Give them a confused face.
Give them a confused face.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. We
Hey
know
guys, I have some problems. I don't understand.
I don't understand. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm confused.
we will
I
ask
Can I follow
to,
you?
to explain.
I
I
can't
can't follow you.
follow you. Can you explain? Yes, so one of those is a
Can
question.
you repeat?
Can you repeat? Very good.
Yeah.
So I want you to listen to these recordings. Who is speaking and what are they talking about? And we will listen 2 times. So what question do you want to answer when you listen?
Or speak?
And
What are they talking about? Both.
you got it. All right. Okay. Who is speaking?
The mountain climber.
Say again, please.
He's the man and he was the mountain climber.
A mountain climber.
And the woman, I think
Runner.
she was the shop assistant.
I think you're looking at a picture right now that maybe I'm not looking at. So the man is talking, is he talking to a friend or talking to
friends,
his boss?
to
A
friends.
friend.
Yes,
Friends.
yes. And what is he talking about?
He took the wrong boots.
Shoes.
And the equipment.
The boots.
Yes.
Yes,
Different color boots.
That's different.
he's talking about his shoes.
I think our boss and a member of team.
A boss and a member of the team are speaking, and why are people interrupting their boss?
Impatient people.
About the sun?
First, the sun.
He has
Yes.
the wrong slides.
The wrong slides. The boss is showing information about
Other thing.
Previously.
Wrong figures.
Let's listen again. And this time I want you to write down maybe 2 phrases you hear that someone uses to interrupt. What do I want you to write down?
Some phrases,
Phrases.
how they to interrupt the speaker.
2 phrases
Who
to interrupt, and
is
then you'll get a chance to check with your partner. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. When he says figures, what does that mean? Is he talking about number information or words?
Number
Numbers.
information.
Yes, he's talking about numbers. So with your partner, say 2 ways to interrupt.
May I interrupt you?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Just a second. Excuse me for interrupt.
Yeah. Excuse me for interrupting.
I'd like to say something.
Yep.
If I may.
Say something. All right. A man is speaking. He's talking at home or in the workplace, in a
Workplace.
workplace. Yes. And people are interrupting him first because there's too much sun, and then they continue to interrupt. Why do they interrupt?
Because he's showing wrong
the
figures.
wrong slides.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's showing the wrong slides. Yes, and they try many times. Here are some phrases that are used to interrupt. So what I want you to do is move the phrases. Blue is formal, speaking to your boss or speaking to your teacher. Yellow is informal, speaking to your friend. And then we have some neutral ones in the middle. So may I interrupt for a moment? Do you think that's formal or informal?
Formal.
Formal.
Correct. Wait a minute. How come you didn't notice? Informal.
Informal.
Yeah. Can we say just a moment? Does that change the meaning?
Yes.
We can say just a moment. It means a short time. Can we say just an hour?
No.
No.
No, just a second. Don't you usually cycle to work?
Just a second. Don't you usually cycle
Do you
to
cycle
work?
to work?
Can you hear the T in just?
Just a second.
Yeah, it's
Just a second.
just a second. So we
Just.
don't hear this T. Don't you usually cycle to work? Yep. Hang on, didn't you think it was a bit odd, Pete?
Hang on.
Did you think it was a bit
It
odd?
was a bit odd.
a bit odd.
Hang on, didn't you think it was a bit odd?
Hang on, did you think it was a bit odd?
odd?
Do you hear the T in didn't you? Didn't you think
Didn't
it
you?
was a bit
Didn't
odd?
you?
Didn't you think it was a bit odd?
Didn't you?
Good.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a
Yes, perfect. It sounds like a D, right? Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
And it all strings together. Wait a minute. Are there other words we can use instead of interrupt?
Cut.
Talk?
Cut.
Yes, cut in. Very good. Yes, cut in. Can you see any problems here? Can you tell me how to fix these mistakes?
May I interrupt for a moment?
Yes, Leah's correct. May I interrupt for a moment? Excuse me for interrupt, but what I think the others were trying to say.
Excuse me for interrupting.
Think.
Yes, good. Okay. We are going to practice using these phrases with fairy tales. Some students will read a fairy tale, and the fairy tale will have things that are wrong, that are incorrect, and you must interrupt either with the formal or informal phrase for interrupting to correct. So, for example,
Little Red Riding Hood. Little Blue Riding Hood's mother sent her to Grandpa's
just a
house.
second, isn't it Little Red Riding Hood?
Yes, Red Riding Hood. A dog asked her where she
Can I
was
just say
going.
something here? Are you sure that it's a dog? Isn't it a wolf?
Yes, it's a wolf. Yeah, a wolf asked her where she was going, and she told him. He went to Grandma's house.
So when Gala and Bridget, is that right? And Patricia interrupt, do they use any words or do they use these words here on the screen? Yes.
These are
Okay.
words.
Okay. I know I have to end the class, but what phrases did your partner use for interrupting and how did it go? Was it fun? I had fun with Judith.
Wait a second.
Okay. Oh, you used wait a second to.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I thought you were telling me what to do.
Sorry for interrupting you.
What was it?
Sorry for interrupting you.
I use that one a lot too. Sorry for interrupting. 2 R's. Okay. Sorry for interrupting.
Excuse me.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Are you sure? Yes, if you're asking. Is it really 3 little pigs or 3? Yeah. Good. Well, thank you
Big
so much
pigs.
for coming today. And I hope that you can use these phrases for interrupting in the future.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good
Bye.
one.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.